What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
In flux. You know that phrase, in flux? There's always something going on in the social media space in Zambia. So if you miss the tidal wave and think that it'll come around in the same way, you may be wrong. So sometimes it's better to just ride the wave as it shows up. And so here I am. Guys, forgive me, I don't have a tie on, but you know, you gotta roll with the punches. What you need to do is tell me in the comments below if you can hear me loud and clear. Also, if you could share this broadcast with people that you think would be interested in this. I've got a doozy for you. Let me begin by saying a few, I don't know how long ago it was, the PF, the Patriotic Front, have started circulating a possible PF leadership poll. Tell me if you're aware of this. Okay, so basically, the PF have come together and they're conducting an online poll, and they've put all the potential PF leaders together, and they have asked the internet audience to sort of select and choose and pair who the audience thinks should be and will be part of the next crop of PF leadership. And interestingly enough, Binwell Mpundu posted something on his page that was an underhanded way of, in an incognito fashion, announcing his plans to run for president. Now, of course, Binwell will deny this. Binwell will say, no, Mr. Mwami, I'm just posting what people were saying. And in fact, I must tell you, that is one of the, that's a very Zambian political trait. For many years, Zambian politics was such that you yourself should not first announce that you have intentions to run or to vie for the highest office in the land. It is the people around you who should call for your participation in politics. It's the people around you that should say, no, you should be president. And then you succumb to that call. And then you acquiesce yourself to that call. And then you give yourself to that call. That is archaic political thinking. That is Bush politics. That politics no longer exists. Iyo politics ya Muriba Chiluba. That was during the era of Chiluba. That was during the era of Mwanawasa. We are no longer in that dispensation where candidates cannot, in and of themselves, assertively stand up and say, I want to be president, I plan to be president, and this is the roadmap. These young people are being duped into believing that no, you can't just come out yourself and say it. It is the people around you that should say it. Binwell Mpundu is hiding behind that line of logic of saying, no, but it's the people who are saying it. It's the people who are saying it. And therefore, because it's the people who are saying it, who am I to say no? It's a scale tactic. But let me tell you, let's change that narrative. We're moving in a dispensation now where, and I would encourage you, whoever you are, if you're a political leader, if you want to put your name forward for leadership, regardless of who you are, you're a Zambian citizen, you're eligible, put your name forward for leadership. Put your name forward for service. Don't hide behind smoke screens in the way that Binwell Mpundu has done. Binwell Mpundu is hiding behind a shield of, no, it's the people who are saying it. Because if you ask Binwell, if you say to him, did you independently announce your plans to run for president? And did you suggest that Tasila Lungu be your running mate? He will flat out deny it. He will say, no, it's not me, it's the people. But really, underneath it all, this is Binwell's way of testing the waters. He wants to see what the people will say if in fact he put his name forward for leadership. And guys, there's nothing wrong with putting your name forward for leadership. But our leaders, our political leaders, have been boxed into a corner believing that if you say it, you'll be targeted not only by the people that surround you. Pantu umfweni, what Binwell Mpundu has done today, where he has suggested that he becomes president of PF and use Tasila Lungu as his running mate. There are people within Tonse Alliance who will make it their life's mission to stop Binwell Mpundu to stop him from advancing with that idea. There are people within Tonse that would rather give their right arm than to see Binwell elected as president of the PF. So what's happening now is that because Binwell has thrown this carrot in this rabbit's den, my goodness, watch what's going to happen to him just from within his conclave, just from within the Tonse Alliance, just from within the circles of the PF. I mean, look at what they did to Miles Sampa. Miles Sampa was an avid, faithful supporter of the PF, one of the few true green PF members. Yes, the party belonged to his uncle. Yes, it was a family affair, but you cannot negate his loyalty to that party. Look at what they did to Miles. They ate him alive. The PF are political cannibals. They eat their own. They consume their own. They devour anyone within their conclave that even peeps at a stab at the presidency. Watch what's going to happen to Binwell within the PF. He's going to be sidelined. He's going to be castigated. He's going to be ridiculed. He's going to be bombasted. He's going to be lampooned. He's going to be victimized. Within the PF, within that Tonse Alliance, they will make it their life's mission to make his political life miserable. And let's not forget, the mere fact that he has posted the results of, not the results, the mere fact that he has posted a component of that poll, you know, the poll that they're running online, the PF are running this poll, or someone's running this poll on the internet. Who should be the leader of the PF? The very fact that he posted that is an indication to his colleagues within that Tonse Alliance that, oh, so you want to right now, Given Lubinda is sitting on his chair fuming. How dare you, my chair? You think you can be president before me? Right now, Emmanuel Mwamba is fuming. Even though I'm in exile, you think you can be president before me? Right now, Miles Sampa is fuming. All the hell I went through, you think you can be president before me? All of these political players, in fact, dare I say, even Tasila Lungu herself, the very fact that Binwell posted that poll component, I tell you, Tasila Lungu, wherever she is, she's saying, how dare you insinuate that I can serve under you as vice president? My father led this party. Who the hell do you think you are? You're an independent member from Nkana, and you think you can employ me as your running mate? Have you lost your Nkana copper mind? That is how these people are talking. Now, what this does is that it teaches us that in Zambian politics, there is a predictable path to the presidency, but you have to toe the line. You have to go through the gamut. You have to go through the battery of experiences that will lead you ultimately to the presidency. Please understand, the days of chance presidents are over. That era ERA, that era, that period, that dispensation of just waking up one day and you find yourself as president of this republic, those days are gone. Those days are finished. We are now living in the dispensation of predictability. We know. We can look at a candidate and say, oh, if you put in the work, if you line all of your ducks in the right way, if you cross all of your T's in the right way, if you're associated with the right party, with the right manifesto, with the right work ethic, with the right track record, okay? There are so many components that one has to have in their arsenal to be considered a viable, tangible presidential candidate. It's got nothing to do with just waking up one morning and saying, no, nilesa. God is the one who's chosen. God has created you and I in this dispensation to make choices that will lead us to a place where we select our political leaders. Understand that. Don't oversimplify it. But no, need God. Let's win. If God has chosen, there is a predictable path to the presidency. And with that predictable path, there are many different components that have to be in your bag in order to call yourself a viable, practical presidential candidate. It won't happen by spontaneous combustion. I can guarantee you that. It won't happen by osmosis. It won't happen simply because you wake up in the morning and you declare that you're going to be the president. No. There is a predictable path to the presidency. Now, we understand anyone can be president as long as you're Zambian and you qualify. But what I'm saying to you is, don't put the cart before the horse. You risk alienating yourself when you do that. There are many things one has to do. You can't just rely on your youth and inexperience. Just because you are youthful and you have no experience, you think you can be the president. No, man, those days are gone. There is a path, a predictable path to the presidency. So my advice to Binwell Mpundu is this. Dreaming is fine, but at least dream with a practical, tangible plan in your hands. Don't hide behind online polls and say, oh, let me test the waters. Let me see what the people say. Honey, this is Facebook. A million people will tell you you're the next president. But on the ground, it's a completely different case. On the ground, it's a completely different deal. You must understand that. Yes, Facebook, the internet has a component. The internet has a part to play, but it is not the main piece of the jigsaw puzzle. There are many tiny pieces to this grand jigsaw puzzle called the presidency. And if just one piece of that puzzle is missing, then you're at a disadvantage. Don't put your name forward when you know you'll be the new zero man on the political scene. If you move too quickly without a tangible plan, you'll be the next zero man. Already we've got Sean Zero Tembo, who has no plan, who's never had a plan. Now we've got Harry Kalaba, who only got 24,000 votes nationwide. Binwell Mpundu. Binwell, walk before you run. Crawl before you walk. Be conceived before you break through the womb. All right, I gotta go. Now I know some of you are gonna start saying, they're just hating. You just no, I'm not hating. I'm just telling you the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right.
Let me know what you think about this video. Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.